नमस्कार बच्चों, once again I welcome you all to this virtual class. क्लास शुरू होने से पहले कुछ आप वीडियो देखे होंगे, बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग लगा होगा, but at the same time care must be taken to avoid such kind of activities, such kind of incidents. Such kind of incident should not happen in your home or around you. So let us start this session. Before going to start, चले हम लास्ट एपिसोड में जो देखे हैं उस कॉन्सेप्ट्स के बारे में थोड़ा सा रिकैप कर लेते हैं. हम लास्ट क्लास में कंबशन एंड फ्लेम्स के बारे में देख रहे थे, जिसमें से कंबशन का मीनिंग क्या है पता चला होगा, और कंबशन होने के लिए कौन कौन से चीज का जरूरत है. What are the necessary condition for an object to undergo combustion? उसके बारे में देखे थे. Then before winding up the last session, we have discussed many things about ignition temperature. तो आपको ignition temperature के बारे में काफी कुछ जानकारी मिला होगा. तो ignition temperature का मतलब क्या है? So the temperature, the minimum temperature at which a fuel catches fire. यानी कोई भी वस्तु जो मिनिमम टेम्परेचर का जरूरत होता है जिसकी वजह से वो ऑब्जेक्ट जो है जलना शुरू होता है. तो द मिनिमम टेम्परेचर एट विच एन ऑब्जेक्ट कैचेस फायर इज नोन एज इग्निशन टेम्परेचर. चलिए, अब शुरुआत में एक वीडियो देखे होंगे, है ना, फायर. अगर फायर ब्रेक होता है आपके घर में या आसपास में, तो सबसे पहले आप क्या करेंगे? The first thing, the first foremost thing what you have to do is you have to call to fire service. आपको फायर सर्विस को कॉल करना है तो कौन से नंबर पर कॉल करेंगे? पता है कौन से नंबर है? Look at the screen. This is the emergency number for fire service. In case of any fire incident, fire accidents, immediately without taking much time, you have to call to this number. What are those numbers? 102 is a toll-free number, could be used in an emergency during fire accident. Similarly, in Port Blair we have a control room. फायर सर्विस के हेडक्वार्टर के नंबर भी दिया हुआ है, आप देख सकते हैं 232102. So these are the two numbers which will help you in case of fire accidents. अब हम देखेंगे फायर अगर घर पर हो जाता है या आसपास में हो जाता है तो उसको कंट्रोल कैसे करेंगे हम. सबसे पहले आपको जानना होगा कि किस तरह के फायर है. तो आप पूछ सकते हैं फायर तो एक तरह का होता है, तो फायर का टाइप्स क्या है? यस बच्चों, फायर एक तरह का नहीं होता है. द कंबस्टेबल मटेरियल्स आर डिफरेंट एज वी डिस्कस्ड इन द अर्लियर एपिसोड दैट इग्निशन टेम्परेचर चेंजेस आर्टिकल टू आर्टिकल. हर एक आर्टिकल का इग्निशन टेम्परेचर अलग होता है. वी हैव ऑल्सो स्टडीड दैट some of the substances produce flame and some of the substances do not produce flame. तो आपको बेसिक जानकारी तो आपको लास्ट सेशन में मिल चुका है. Having this information in your mind, the fuel which catches fire are classified into different categories. ये कौन कौन से कैटेगरीज हो सकता है? There are 5 categories of fuels. कौन कौन से हैं? क्लास ए, क्लास बी, क्लास सी, क्लास डी एंड क्लास ई. आप देख सकते हैं स्क्रीन में ये पांचों क्लास के बारे में आपको क्लियरली मेंशन किया हुआ है. इन दिस क्लास, इन टुडेज क्लास, वी विल डिस्कस ओनली अबाउट 3 कैटेगरीज विच आर फेमिलियर टू अस. 4th एंड 5th कैटेगरी जो है हमारे लिए अब जरूरत नहीं है. व्हेन यू गो टू हायर क्लासेस देयर यू विल लर्न. तो पहला 3 कैटेगरी कौन कौन सा है उसके बारे में हम देखेंगे। सो डियर चिल्ड्रन, आपको सबसे पहले समझना होगा कि फायर जो है किस तरह का फायर हुआ है, वेदर इट इज ऑन वुड, पेपर, या कोई ऑयल, पेंट या वैसे आर्टिकल्स में फायर हुआ है, या एलपीजी गैस या इलेक्ट्रिकल वायर्स फायर एक्सीडेंट हुआ है। सो बेस्ड ऑन दिस द फायर कैन बी क्लासिफाइड इनटू 3 कैटेगरीज। सबसे पहला कैटेगरी के बारे में देखते हैं। अगर वुड है या पेपर वैसे वाले आर्टिकल्स में अगर फायर हुआ है तो डायरेक्टली वी कैन यूज वाटर। जैसे आपके आसपास में आग लग जाता है, कोई वुडन मटेरियल्स में आग लग जाता है, तो इमीडिएटली व्हाट यू कैन डू इज पानी को लेके आप डाल सकते हैं। एज यू कैन सी इन द वीडियो इन विच पेपर एंड क्लोथ्स आर बर्न्ड। In order to extinguish the fire, water is being used. Now, you should know how the fire could be extinguished by spraying water. When water is sprayed onto the fire, then the temperature of the burning fuel is brought down below its ignition temperature. Since we know that any fuel will catch fire or undergo combustion only when the fuel is heated up to its ignition temperature. This is how fire on paper, cloth and wooden articles are extinguished. अगर वुड टाइप के मटेरियल्स या पेपर जैसे मटेरियल्स में आग लगा है तो हम पानी से उसको बुझा सकते हैं, एक्सटिंग्विश कर सकते हैं। एंड वन मोर एक्सटिंग्विशर वी हैव, दैट इज कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड। जैसे हम एक एक्सटिंग्विशर देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे, आपके स्कूल में भी ऐसे एक्सटिंग्विशर लगा होगा, राइट? सो दिस एक्सटिंग्विशर कैन बी यूज्ड टू एक्सटिंग्विश द फायर अकर्ड ऑन वुडन आर्टिकल्स और पेपर्स। The extinguisher used for fire accident on wooden articles and paper is A-class extinguisher, which you can see in the picture. The second type of fire is the fire accident on oil, petrol, kerosene, all these, paints. Such fires cannot be extinguished by using water. Now the question is why? Dear children, you must know that oil is lighter than water. You might have seen that oil floating on water. So when oil mixes with water, it floats on water. The fire accident on kerosene, petrol, like that articles, if you spray water, what will happen? Water will go beneath and the oil layer will remain outside the water layer. So the oil layer being on the top, it continues to burn in air. So spraying water will not extinguish the fire accident on materials such as oil, paints, etc. So the fire on the oil could be extinguished by using another class of extinguisher we call foam extinguisher. अब हम देखेंगे तीसरा टाइप का फायर। बच्चों, आपके घर में एलपीजी गैस यूज करते होंगे कुकिंग के लिए। एट द सेम टाइम इलेक्ट्रिकल वायर्स आर देयर। शॉर्ट सर्किट के समय अगर आग लग जाती है या गैस स्टोव पर आग लग जाता है तो उस समय हम किस तरह के एक्सटिंग्विशर का यूज करेंगे? हम पानी नहीं डाल सकते हैं। वाई? पानी जो है इलेक्ट्रिसिटी को कंडक्ट करता है, कर सकता है। तो जैसे हम पानी को डालेंगे, बीइंग गुड कंडक्टर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, आपको करंट की शॉक लग सकती है, इसलिए पानी के इस्तेमाल वहां पर हम नहीं कर सकते हैं। इन केस ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिकल फायर्स, गैस फायर्स, वी यूज कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड बेस्ड एक्सटिंग्विशर। वी क्लासिफाई सच एक्सटिंग्विशर अंडर class C. So far we have seen how a fire accident can be controlled by using different types of extinguishers. Moving forward, now we will see the combustion and what are the different types of combustion. As we know that combustion is a process in which a substance reacts with oxygen gives off heat. The combustion process can be classified into three categories. Number 1, rapid combustion. Number 2, spontaneous combustion. Number 3, explosion. Children, now you see what's going to happen when I strike this stick with the matchbox. As you can see, can you see something? Just now you saw that when I stroked the matchstick with the box, immediately it catched fire. What does it show? So the reaction is so quick, immediately it catches fire. अब रैपिड कंबशन देख सकते हैं यहाँ पर, जैसे ये लाइटर है, आप देखिए लाइटर है, इस लाइटर के जो ये बटन को हम जैसे प्रेस करेंगे, इमीडिएटली इट विल कैच फायर. दिख रहा है? तो जैसे हमने यहाँ पे प्रेस किए, प्रेस करते ही फ्लेम आना शुरू हो गया है. सो सच अ टाइप ऑफ combustion is known as rapid combustion. Can you give some other examples of rapid combustion? Likewise, when you press the lighter in front of a LPG stove, it catches fire immediately. You must have seen this. This is also an example of rapid combustion. Now, you find out some other examples of rapid combustion. Just now you have seen a forest fire. How does forest fire occur? Forest fire occurs when the leaves, the dry leaves rub each other, and as a result of this, they catch fire. Why? When the dry leaves of the forest rub each other, then due to friction, heat is released, heat is generated, due to which they catch fire. Such a combustion is known as spontaneous combustion. So, spontaneous combustion does not require any cause, or without any external factors, without supplying any external heat to the substance, it catches fire. Such a combustion is known as spontaneous combustion. One more example, coal dust. They catch fire due to heat. This is also an example of spontaneous combustion. The combustion which does not require heat supplied from external source is known as spontaneous combustion. Now we will see the third type of combustion, explosion. Students, now I am going to show you a magic. What is that magic? The reaction what you have seen is explosion. What is explosion then? Explosion is a type of combustion in which heat is produced. Along with heat, light and sound are also produced. Such a combustion is known as explosion. Now you may be asking, sometimes pressure cooker bursts out, there heat is also there, sound is also produced, whether it is considered to be an explosion? Yes students, the bursting out of a pressure cooker is also an explosion, but the explosion is due to pressure. When the pressure is increased, then also explosion can occur. Just now what you have seen at the screen is called flame. You are very much familiar with the flame. Now you see the candle. In the previous episode, we have seen a candle with a flame, and also we know that some of the substances give off flame and some of the substances do not give off flame. Why some substances produce or gives off flame and why some substances do not give off flame? In order to know this, to perform some activities, we need to go outside. So let us see what happens outside and bring some information for you from the activity.
As you can see, the paper is very dry. Similarly, you can find this plate is also very dry. So from this activity, you will understand how a flame is obtained. So in order to do this, take this paper and make a cone. Now I am going to burn at the tip. As it is burned, it gives off a flame. So you can see the flame here, right? As the space is not available for the vapors to escape, as it is packed at the end, so the vapors start moving from the bottom. You can see the vapors are coming out. So now what I am going to do is just keep this here. Now you can see the flame. At the same time, the vapors will go here, try to escape from the bottom. At the end, you will see the vapors are deposited at the bottom. As it contacts with the plate, then you will see the vapors condenses at the bottom, some sort of liquid you can see. Now you can see the vapors. Can you see the vapors? So these vapors are responsible for making flame. For an object to produce flame, it must vaporize. While burning charcoal does not produce flame. This shows that charcoal does not vaporize, whereas the paper and other flame producing substances produce vapors. That is why they give off flame.
How was the activity? Now we will see the structure of a flame. The flame contains 3 zones. What are they? The flame produced by a kerosene lamp gives off smoky flame, whereas a candle flame gives off smoke but not a larger extent, whereas the flame produced by a LPG stove is a clean flame. So this way you can differentiate easily that different flames produced by different objects. All the flames are not same. In case of kerosene lamp and candle, yellow flame you could see. But in case of LPG stove, you have seen that the flame is blue in color. Even in kerosene stove also you can see the flame appears to be blue. Why it is so? Some flames are yellow in color, some flames are blue in color. Look at the candle flame. The flame is having 3 zones. They are the outermost zone, which is blue in color, as you can see here. The outermost zone is blue in color, and the middle zone, which is yellow in color, and the innermost zone, which is dark in color, that is black in color. Now we have to understand the structure of a flame, why these 3 zones and what are the role of this zone. The outermost zone, which is blue in color, is the hottest part of the flame. Why it is blue in color? It is a zone where the complete combustion takes place. That means whatever the materials burn, it burns out completely. We call it as complete combustion, because of which the outermost region of a candle flame is blue in color. Can you recall now the flame of a LPG stove? The LPG fuel what we use is completely consumed. That is why the flame is blue in color. The second zone of the candle is yellow in color. Yellow color shows that incomplete combustion. That means whatever the vapors produced are not completely burnt, which gives yellow color. The yellow color region is a middle zone and it has moderate heat. The third zone, the innermost zone of a candle flame or any flame is the darkest part of the flame where the temperature is very, very low. In the dark region, that is in the innermost region, only the vapors are present. The innermost region of a candle flame or any flame is the darkest part of the flame which contain unburnt fuel. In case of candle flame, the darkest part is the unburnt wax material, the vapors. When the vapors rises up due to increase in temperature, they are burnt. At the edge you can see the outermost layer, outermost zone where all the candle particles, candle vapors are completely burnt, which gives a blue color. So only the goldsmith blow the outermost layer of a flame to melt gold for making ornaments. Now you understood why they are blowing out the outermost region of a flame. This is the reason. Why? Because the outermost region is the hottest part of any flame. As we know that all the combustible substances are called fuel. In order to do our activity, we will select some fuels. On what basis we select our fuel? The source of our fuel to be understood clearly. In order to become a fuel ideal, some of the characteristics it should fulfill. What are those characteristics? So the first characteristic for a fuel to be ideal is it should be available readily, यानी easily available हो अपने surrounding पर. Number 2 is it should be cheap. महंगा fuel पर हम कभी नहीं जाएंगे. So the fuel which is cheap in nature, we prefer that fuel to fulfill our needs. Number 3, the fuel what we use should burn easily in air. ऐसे नहीं कि हम फ्यूल को लगा दिए और जलने में बहुत टाइम लगता है, तो वैसे फ्यूल we will not going to prefer. And last but not the least, most important characteristic on which ideality of a fuel is decided, that is the amount of heat produced. So the fuel what we will choose should give large amount of heat. ऐसे नहीं कि हम फ्यूल को ले लिए, हम जलाने शुरू कर दिए and the heat produced is not sufficient to fulfill our need. So the fuel should give large amount of heat so that our work get completed in no time or easily. A fuel is said to be efficient if it gives proper amount of heat in order to fulfill our needs. So in order to find the efficiency, we have to see one more term. We call that term as calorific value. Calorific value is the amount of heat energy produced on complete combustion when 1 kg of that fuel is burnt in air. The unit of calorific value is kilojoule per kg. Suppose 1 kg of a particular fuel is burnt. From that, the amount of heat energy produced will give you the calorific value. You can see the chart where various fuels along with its calorific value is given. The first column you see cow dung cake. So when you burn cow dung cake, you will get around 6,000 to 8,000 kilojoule of energy. Whereas if you see LPG, it gives around 55,000 kilojoule of energy. And finally, the last column you see hydrogen gas. While burning 1 kg of hydrogen gas gives about 1,50,000 kilojoule of energy. How large amount of heat is produced. So based on calorific value, we can choose our fuel. In the last episode, we have seen that candle gives a clean flame. but the flame is not clean flame. There are some smoke we can find. If we observe the flame carefully, you will get a fine particles of carbon is also released when a candle is burned. So in order to see this, we have an activity through which we can understand the fine particles produced. So in order to do the activity, we need a candle and a sheet like this. These materials will do the job. Now I am going to burn the candle. As I am going to burn the candle, now you can see the candle flame, right? Now you can see the candle flame, as the flame is very clean. So we cannot see any fine particles. Now in order to find the fine particles, what we need to do is, I'll just use this piece of paper, and I keep just over. In place of this, glass slides can also be used. Now we will see. It should not be burnt, just keep above the flame. It should not be placed over the flame. It should be, now you can see the fine particles of carbon. Can you see the fine particles of carbon? So from the wick, the wax is melted, and from the wax, the unburnt carbon particles are released into the air. From the flame, we could not find any fine particles, but when I covered the flame with a sheet of paper, then the fine particles are deposited over the surface of the paper. You see, when I keep here, so now I am using this paper, but if glass slide is used, then you can find the smoke very clearly. Now see the fine particles. See here, these are the fine particles. Can you see? So the fine particles are released from the candle, and therefore when the wood, paper are burnt, carbon particles are released into the atmosphere, which when inhaled causes respiratory issues. Now we will see what are the harmful effects when we burn fuels. Firstly, wood, coal, petroleum products release unburnt carbon particles. As you have seen in the activity, when we kept a plate over the candle flame, you could see a fine particles of carbon, unburnt carbon. So wood, coal and petroleum products are burned, then they produce fine carbon particles, and if these unburnt fine carbon particles are inhaled, we will have respiratory problems such as asthma. That is why it is advised that you should not sleep in a coal fire, because it releases large amount of fine particles of unburnt carbon. So which when inhaled, we will have some respiratory issues. So this is one of the harmful effect of burning fuels. Secondly, when the fuel is burned, if the fuel does not get sufficient amount of oxygen, as we have seen in the last episode, smoky flame comes. Due to incomplete combustion, instead of forming carbon dioxide, they form carbon monoxide, which is a poisonous gas. So this is another harmful effect. Thirdly, burning of wood, coal and all fuels release carbon dioxide gas. As we know that carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas which is responsible for trapping heat and to keep the earth warm. If the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is increased, then more amount of heat is trapped in the atmosphere, which causes global warming. You know very well that what is the ill effect of global warming. As we know that the melting of glaciers and ice caps in the Antarctic region is due to global warming. Burning of coal and diesel produces sulfur dioxide. and these gases are very suffocating and they are corrosive gases. Similarly, the petrol engines in the automobile release oxides of nitrogen. When sulfur dioxide and oxides of nitrogen such as nitrogen dioxide are released into the atmosphere, we know very well from the last episode that they react with water. When they react with water, it forms acid. When they comes down to the earth, it comes as acid rain. We know the ill effect of acid rain. When it falls onto the living organisms, it affects them. If it falls on the river or water bodies, the aquatic life will be affected. If they fall on plants, then it affects the plant. The famous monument Taj Mahal is affected due to acid rain. So dear students, in this chapter we learned what is combustion, what are the conditions required for combustion, what is ignition temperature, what are the different types of combustion, what are the harmful effects of burning fuels. Based on today's learning, I would like to give some easy home assignments which you can practice at home. So dear children, that's all for today. Take care. See you all on another day with new concepts, new video and exciting experiments. Bye.